It's Tuesday night hockey from the Eagan Civic Arena. Your Eagan Wildcats, the Shakopee Sabers, here on Eagan TV. My name is Mike Cook. Again, pleased to be joined by the one and only Nathan Cron. Nathan, we look at this Eagan Wildcat squad. They've won their last two games. Looking to get some momentum here as we get closer to postseason play. But tonight, their toughest test yet.
Well, if they're looking to get momentum, it's going to have to be a momentum with a capital M, because these Shakopee Sabers are a top 10 team in the state at Class AA. They're doing a great job of playing in a really, really tough and setting themselves up for success in a really tough section. And the Shakopee Sabers are going to show us some really special hockey tonight. The flip of that is the Wildcats are going to have to do the same thing. They're going to have to show us some special hockey tonight as well. There's two ways they can do that. Number one, stay out of the penalty box. Make Shakopee beat you 5-on-5. Number two, get the puck deep and get the puck into the Shakopee end and keep it there. You can play the best defense you can play is when the puck is 150 feet away from your goalie.
Alexi Huson will be the man between the pipes tonight for the Sabres from Shakopee. Number one for the Wildcats, that's Gley. He'll be there again. Gabe coming into this year, 307 on the goals against. That save percentage is now up to 881. A couple of rough starts early in the year, but he has really picked up his game. O'Leary, Clark, and Coink Prong to start up front for the Eagan Wildcats. Wearing the home whites, they'll be moving right to left across your screen. Shakopee in the all red, dare I say Carolina Hurricane look almost. Quick shot high, up into the netting off the stick of number 19 for the Shakopee Sabers. Dylan Klein, the center, and he's got a couple of good wingers over there with him. He's got Zach Doctor and Cooper Simpson. 21 will be top man to watch tonight for the Sabres, a North Dakota commit. We'll keep an eye on 21 in red tonight, who always try to get the puck there. Cats are able to get it out of the zone. Yes, they do. Coink Prong, he had a hattie 2 games ago. I think it was that Hudson win, if I remember correctly. Last time the Wildcats were in this building. Wildcats with a 4-2 win down at Farmington last Saturday. Game they took a 3-0 lead after one. And in the words of Coach Carlson, kind of hung on a little bit in that one. Shakopee comes off a when they haven't played since last Thursday. They beat Gentry Academy by a 5-3 count. There's Gentry Academy, that kind of private hockey school up in Vadnais Heights. Sabres, we've been told they're going to want to run and gun a lot tonight, so expect a lot of quick puck movement by the visitors here in Wildcat country.
Well, there is going to be a lot of puck movement. It's going to be the job of the Wildcat defense when it's in their zone to make sure they get in passing lanes and jump on loose pucks very quickly. Already we've seen a couple times when the Shakopee Sabers have beaten the Wildcats to a couple of loose pucks, and that can't continue as a trend.
Kept in by the Sabres, number 20. That was Will Youngberg, a junior defenseman, number 20 back at the point. He's back there with Jack Kulchin. 3 in red, plays some juniors over for Green Bay as well. They will be going after the season. As Coach Calvin Simon said, we hope that's well into March, however, which of course would be after the state tournament. Shakopee, nice job of keeping it in the Eagan zone. Of course, as I say that, it comes back out to neutral. And we've got a whistle. Buck 48 in as you look at number 9, Peyton Chase for the Shakopee Sabers. Chase is on that line with Nate Pedersen, 22, and 11, Cooper Siegert. Siegert and Simpson, leading scorers for the Sabres this season. Both have potted 22 goals. All the way down. We have a penalty actually on Shakopee. Did not see the official make the call.
Yeah, Peterson went for interference. There was, as the puck was moving through center ice, Mike, I think what ended up happening is Peterson got in one of the Wildcats' way, if you want to say it that way. And so he'll sit for 2 minutes. Wildcats on the penalty, on the power play, I should say. Still fairly anemic, but has been improving.
Isaac Martin, he'll send it over far side. Down low, that's Grayson Robbins. Up to Eddie Moore, back up top, Martin. Congratulations to Martin. He got his first goal the other night in that Farmington win. Cats just missing. Grayson Robbins nearly putting one at home on his birthday.
I was going to say the birthday boy just about blew out a candle there. Just has to get that one on target. It was a great setup. The Wildcats looking really smooth on that power play, Mike Cook.
Robbins, he's got 9 tallies on this season. Buck 21 to go, man advantage for the Wildcats. Wildcats power play just 11.1% on this season. Shakopee's PK, 73.3. Robbins will have to regroup for the Wildcats. Aggressive play by the Sabres, and they are going to control halfway through this power play. The Eagan power play, that is. Youngberg tries to get it ahead. Shakopee, can they get it out of the zone? Briefly, but it's knocked back in. Lockenmeyer got Kerr with them, but a nice job by Shakopee to get their defenders back. Gly will have to play that one high off the glass. That nearly found the crowd. Chase couldn't quite keep that one in at the blue line as Cullen O'Leary was charging fast in a battle of number 9s.
Well, what began as a promising power play for the Wildcats has devolved into a little bit of raggedness. Credit the Shakopee Sabres for doing a good job of getting in passing lanes and beating Wildcats to loose pucks. Wildcats have got to gain the zone with control. That's going to be their recipe for success, and right now they're just not able to do it.
There's Forrester leading the rush for the Eagan Wildcats. He wears number 17 in white. Sophomore defenseman, no goals, 6 helpers on this season. There's Prouty. I believe he had a goal and a helper down in Farmington. Shot, that was Clark from the far side. Big save there, Huson. Cats able to keep it in with 12 to go in the man advantage. Forrester leaves it. Prouty, will he shoot it? Nope, he'll leave it. Try again, A.J. Clark. That went off a skate into the corner. Shakopee back at full strength right about now. Coink Prong with an opportunity. That was knocked down in front. Well, there were moments that time for the Wildcats, and there are also some pretty good moments for that Shakopee penalty kill.
Yeah, the last 40 seconds of that power play, that was good for both sides. I mean, Wildcats did a nice job of looking credible on the power play. Shakopee doing a nice job of making sure it didn't go in the net.
Yeah, Carson Steinhoff looks to get things rolling for the Sabres. This is Doctor, I should say, 24. Big juicy rebound. Eddie Moore, can he get it out of the zone? He can, right in front of the Wildcat bench. Shakopee will go near side. Colt gonna head off the stick of Klein. Clark with the turn for the take that. That's Woog that time, 23, not 22. First time we've called Woog tonight. Down low, Simpson.
Simpson with 42 points on the year so far. 22 goals, 20 assists. He's definitely a North Dakota commit, so he's, he can play a little bit. The Wildcats have got, every time 21's on the ice, they've got to lock him down.
And he's just a junior for these Sabres. He's knocked down on the way through by Kerr, or by Robbins. Check that. Here's Woog dumping it in. Woog's going to give chase, 23. Robbins down there as well. Robbins tried, I think, was going to try to go in front, but ended up going behind the net. Woog couldn't control. Forrester cannot quite keep it in. And Morrill just wisely dumped that one in as the Cats are going to make, looks like, at least a couple of player changes. The puck deep in the Sabre end. With 5.5 gone by and a scoreless first here on ETV. Klein down that left side for the Sabres, who were able to make a pretty healthy change behind the play. Simpson out there, Seegert 11 out there. And two of the top weapons for the Sabres. I like the flow of this game so far, Nathan.
It's entertaining, and it's really to the benefit of the Wildcats. It's up and down, and that's right now the Wildcats look like they're able to hang with these Sabres, and that's bodes well for the next two periods.
Lockenmeyer battling in there for the Wildcats. 19 Cats tag. Puck deep in the zone. Carson Steinhoff, another one of these Sabres that's got to plays a little juniors. This time he plays for Omaha. And Hudson Curl dumped that one in. Cats are going to make a big change up behind the play. O'Leary going to go in deep on the forecheck, but Shakopee's going to bring it out with Nate Pedersen. Pedersen, the only man on the score sheet tonight, and that was for a penalty back early on in this one. Kept in, deflected. Wouldn't try to get it, but that was a nice tip that time by Seegert for the Sabres. Just one shot on goal apiece thus far. Through right in front, they left the man, and puck trickles. And we're going to give O'Leary the save on that one. Puck was just dancing there in the blue, and O'Leary will swat that one away.
Well, that's how important your defense is if you're a goalie. Galai made the first save. There was some traffic in front of him. He needed some help, and he got it from his defense.
Clark with an opportunity, overskates the puck. Shakopee, everybody gets on sides, and then they'll dump it in. They're going to make a change behind the play. Well, I tried to leave the puck for Prouty, but aggressive forecheck that time by Mason Vogel, 37 in red. First time we've called Mason tonight. Out there with Landon Huh, number 33, and Will O'Neill, 23. Just trying to think, when was the last time we had a whistle?
You've just given us the commentator's curse.
I know I did. I know.
We'll have a whole slate of whistles you watch.
Absolutely. In front, well, Moore tried to get it in front. Vogel tried to take Moore out. Here's Forrester, can't quite control. Opportunity for Shakopee with some wheels. Landon Huss down just below the cage, other way. Full head of steam, Forrester. Forrester still with that head of steam. Jake Woog, he gets taken out of the play by Landon Huff. H-U-H is Landon's last name. And indeed it is Huff, we've been told.
A nice job that time by the Eagan defense. Good communication to limit the opportunities there for the Sabres.
Simpson with an aggressive play there to disrupt things and set up an opportunity for the Sabres. Gets around one man, cuts to the middle. Glide with a big pad save. Fine individual effort by Simpson, but couldn't beat Glide that time.
I mean, Simpson's a great player, but that's not acceptable defense for the Wildcats.
No, there he is again. Simpson stops, spins. They leave it back out to the point. Shot through traffic. Rebound is there. Somehow that goes wide. I don't know if Glide got a piece of that.
Wildcats have got to continue to be physical. They got to put bodies on these very good Shakopee forwards.
Shakopee, nice job keeping this one in the zone. Glide wisely puts the paw on that one with 8:01 to go in a fast-moving opening period.
Yeah, you can't. I don't care how good they are. I don't care how good that you just cannot let this kind of stuff happen. Check out the replay. Watch this shot come in on Glide. This is going to sit there in the crease until it's cleared out by O'Leary. Nicely done by Cullen O'Leary to help out his keeper.
I think Prouty gets a little credit too. He kind of held up the Shakopee player there just enough. He couldn't get a good wood on that shot at the end. 6-1 shots in favor of the Sabres at the moment. Backhand, trying to go to the backhand that time was Klein. Leaves it behind the net. There's 2 Sabres. They're going to come on near side. Upended, no call forthcoming. Puck out of the zone. Shakopee to regroup with Kulchin. At the blue line for Shakopee. He made one change over on that far side. Moore tries to get it ahead. Coink Prong. But Cats would change behind the play, so Briley didn't have a whole lot of help coming down that time. Shakopee run and gun is what they want to play out of the zone, but this time it's Eddie Moore coming the other way. Backhand, Houston with the save. That's his second of the night for the Shakopee senior. Houston on the year, by the way, as we look at the stats, he's done the bulk of the work. 226 goals against average, 934 on the save percentage. 42 saves in that win over Gentry last Thursday. And Coach Calvin Simon was saying before the game that Shakopee doesn't mind giving up a lot of shots. It's the idea that they've got all their guys right around the net, and Houston's able to get a really good look at these shots. So you're not going to beat them with a easy shot.
Yeah, you get a sense that if you're going to beat him, it's going to be one of those dirty goals, right, Mike? It's going to be a tip, it's going to be a rebound, it's going to be some sort
deflection,
of some sort of grease in the crease, and that's fine. This Wildcat team is built for that. If they can get those shots to the front of the net.
That was Brislin with a shot that time for the Sabres. Joey Brislin, the senior defender. Sabres going to try it again. Seegert knocked off the puck briefly at the center. Puck squirts free. Didn't quite go in. Klein, or Chase, I should say, there again for Shakopee. I think I called him Klein a couple of times. My bad. It's Peyton Chase, number 9. Still scoreless, 6:13 to go as you look at the Shakopee bench. Sabres come in. They are 14-3-1 on this season. 9-1 in conference play. Tied for the conference lead with Eastview and Prior Lake. However, the Sabres have 2 games in hand on both the Lightning and the Lakers. Simpson down low. Watched by Forrester. Simpson continue to battle below the end line. Simpson. Comes out in front. That never got through. Inside 6 to go, opening period. We stay scoreless. Up in front, nice clear that time by Martin for Eagan. Shakopee's getting chances. They're getting that puck in some danger areas.
Yeah, the Wildcats are going to have to close the distance between them and the Shakopee player with the puck. They're just giving them just a little too much space, and it's creating opportunities.
Steinke, can he push it out for the Cats? He does. It's running into the boards by Simpson that time for his efforts, but that was Curra kissing some wood down at the end on the end boards. Sabres looking for that long outlet pass. Should be nice. They're trying to get Simpson. And the pass from Youngberg just a hair out of his reach.
This is going all right for the Wildcats and Coach Todd Carlson. It's 0-0. It's 0-0 here in the first period. First period's got about 5 minutes and change to go. Shots are a little lopsided, but the reality of it is that there haven't been a lot of good scoring opportunities for the Sabres. Maybe 1, maybe 2, and the defense has cleaned it up.
And Prong whiffs on that passing attempt. He was quickly watched by, I believe that was Vogel. Opportunity in front. Houston with probably his biggest save of the game thus far. Prong Cats. They're going to get some pressure and do something with it this time in the Sabres zone. Clark couldn't quite control. So Hunk, can he keep it out? No, Owen Wood there for the Wildcats. Big 27. Battles 1-on-2, maybe 1-on-3. Numbers not in his favor. Here comes Hunt, a little too far that time. The pass for O'Neill. Will O'Neill wears 23. He's taken out by Cullen O'Leary. Big hit by the Wildcat center. Under 4.5 to go in this opening period, and we're still scoreless. Wood dumps it down. Cats are making a 5-player change. And they're going to get an opportunity. Here's Eddie Moore off the turnover. Moore stops, spins, looking for the trailer. That's Robbins. Backhands it across. Forrester opportunity, odd angle shot. Houston, he quickly gloves. Turns to his side though. Pretty sure he knew he had it, but just to be safe, I think.
Well, you don't get to be an excellent goalkeeper by just imagining that you've stopped the puck. He wants to make sure that that thing's been absolutely squeezed. Sometimes it does hit those pads and bounces around a little bit. But nice save that time on a bad angle shot.
They list Alexi Houston at 6'2", 155. His younger brother, Nicholas, who's a sophomore, 6'7", and a goalie.
And I can attest to you, Mike, as I watched pregame warm-ups, I imagined myself to say that I think that young man might be playing the wrong winter sport. He looked about 7 feet tall. It was amazing.
And you and I were saying just before we came on the air too, remember last week Hudson was here and their goalie I think was like 5'6".
Yeah, I'm not sure. He might have been shorter than the actual crossbar.
Exactly, it was close. Of course, Hudson went back across the river where they lost 5-2 to the Cats. Coink Prong with a hattie on that one. Right now, Coink Prong yet to score. Same with everyone else in white and red. Shot 7-5 in favor of the Sabres. Youngberg tried to get something going there. Shakopee, they'll send it in deep. Shakopee spent a lot of time in the Eagan offensive zone, or the Eagan zone thus far. Kilton, he sent it in deep. At the half wall, Kilton pinches in. Coming out there was 22 that time, Pedersen. And 1-0 Sabres.
Just as easy as you like. What Pedersen just sliced to the middle, and again he had space. Watch the defender he beats one defender, but no other player was able to step up to try to take away that shot. And he's just too good. And he makes up for the earlier penalty with a goal to give the Shakopee Sabres a 1-0 lead.
13:57 time of that one. And for Pedersen, that's goal number 11. He, Seegert, and Simpson, the only scorers and goal scorers with double digits for Shakopee.
Number 22, Nate Pedersen. Single assist to number 11, Cooper Seegert. Pedersen from Seegert at 13:57 of the first.
And just like that, Simpson, he's going to regret not making that 2-0. He had a great look.
You could see, Mike, you'll watch his body language. You can imagine what he's saying as he looks up and he's laughing to himself, saying, "Geez, I gotta put that one on net." Now, again, maybe Glide gets there, maybe he manages to get the glove out, I don't know, but if you can't hit the net, then you're not going to score.
Exactly. So instead of it being 2-0 just 20 seconds later, it stays 1-0.
Well, that's key for the Wildcats, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, it's huge. Take those breaks where you can against the team that I saw. Shakopee was ranked 8th in one poll today, latest Let's Play Hockey poll. Care 11 poll had him at number 5 in AA. Sabres keeping this one in. Simpson continuing to, dare I say, put on a clinic dancing through some of these defenders. Backhand in front. This is going to be number 19, Klein. And comes up. Klein. There's my problem. Klein is 19, chases 9.
That's it. I'm sure that's the problem.
Yeah, we're going with that.
Speaking as somebody who has managed to mangle names all over both football and soccer for the last couple of seasons, I empathize.
Here come the Cats. Got 100 seconds left in this period to see if they can get the equalizer. Aggressive play that time down low for A.J. Clark. Coink Prong tries to send a quick shot. Eddie Moore, I don't think he got all of that one, but still made it almost a little bit of a tough save there for Houston.
Well, it was a tricky save. Yep. Nice job by Moore claiming that spot and going to where he needed to be.
Nice job on the takedown that time. O'Neill hit the ice on the check from Forrester. Eddie Moore in deep as the Cats are changing behind him. Hitting starting to pick up just a little bit in this one. We're down to a minute to go in the opening frame. Forrester, that was blocked on its way through. That was 33 with a block.
Forrester's got to hit that just a little bit faster. The defense is able to react to him and block the shot. I think if he had hit that the instant it was on his stick, I think he might not have had the power on it, but I think he would have been able to get it straight onto the goal.
Forster, he'll dump it in. He'll head to the bench. Steinke comes on for the Wildcats, 26 in white, out there with Robbins. Jake Woog is 23. Owen Woodnow out there, 27 as well. As Steinhoff, Shakopee's 27, gets knocked down. We're just to the left of the Xfinity sign, underneath the big Eagan Wildcat banner here in the arena. Cross, here's Wood. Had a look, Houston, easy save there. And that's what they were talking about. You'll get up a lot of shots, but rebound. That's the kind of goal you're going to have to get, just as we're talking about giving up make the easy save.
Yeah, they're all easy saves until you get a tip in front and a rebound, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, that was supposed to be an easy save. Hey, Wildcats equal on Shakopee with shots, 8-8 to finish this first period. Yes, they're down by a goal. If they keep playing like this, they can be competitive in this hockey game, Mike.
Absolutely. You see the Sabres heading off to their locker room. Wildcats head off to their locker room. We're going to take a break as well. You're watching Eagan Wildcat Boys Hockey on ETV.
We've come a long way since 1963. In 1963, the Eagan Fire Department was born, with just 41 brave souls and a dream. They started with little more than determination and a 1942 military surplus fire engine named Jenny.
We've grown from a small volunteer department to a part-time paid department, one of the biggest in the state, to a combination department of full-time and part-time. And now we're all career, all full-time, here to respond from the stations 24 hours a day, every day of the year.
Firefighters actively engage with the community at events like National Night Out, the Food Truck Festival, and our biggest event of the year, our Fire Prevention Week open house. Our open house is still our biggest event as far as welcoming people into our station, talking about safety, kids having fun, and learning safety at the same time, getting their fire hats. We visit every school in Eagan. We're everywhere throughout the city. On weeknights, we're working with Girl Scout and Brownie and Cub Scout groups that'll either come to our station or we'll stop at their school. We back some military fun runs where we'll hang a flag off our ladder and support that. There's so many different events that we do in the city, and we work hand in hand a lot with our Parks Department at a lot of their events. So there's a great partnership in the city with public safety and other departments, and we're all Team Eagan. Our success is a result of the strong bonds we've built with our community. We're here when you need us the most.
It doesn't matter where we go, if it's a school, if it's a community center event, the community always make us feel like we're supported.
Thank you, Eagan firefighters!
We've had some of the best firefighters in the state of Minnesota go through these doors and serve the residents and visitors to Eagan, and we're very proud of them and what they've achieved.
City of Eagan likes to prioritize sustainability throughout events in a variety of ways. This year at the Eagan Food Truck Festival, we partnered with Our Cup, which is a reusable cup company specializing in events that helps us divert any single-use plastic cups.
Our Cup's mission is to create the platform, infrastructure, and movement for the reuse economy. We offer a reuse service that's simple and convenient. We make it so events like this can use reusable cups or containers. We'll take all of them back to our facility, wash them, and then get them redeployed for the next event.
I think that that's the ultimate joy of Our Cup is helping our clients, helping these events, helping Eagan Food Truck Fest achieve its sustainability goals in a measurable way.
We are one of the first events in Dakota County that has used Our Cup at a large event. They're here on site at events to help reduce as much single-use plastic as we can, and we couldn't be more thrilled that they're here to help us this year at the Eagan Food Truck Festival.
The Eagan Art House, facility that really for many years has been operated out of a 1,200 square foot house. The growth of our art programs and artists across the city and region has really created a demand for so much more. And while we've tried to use some of our other satellite facilities to help meet that demand, really the time is now to create a specialized art facility that will help meet that demand.
We've been here for over 25 years, operating as a center for art education. We see thousands of people every single year, all ages, taking classes, learning new things, making new friends, finding their creative voice, gaining confidence. So it's a really important part of our community. We merged with the city Park and Recreation Department. Before that time, the Eagan Art House was a nonprofit organization.
I started about 20 years ago. In those days, it was the Dakota Center for the Arts. It was a nonprofit organization that rented the art house from the city for $1 a year.
In the main house where it used to be living room, bedrooms, originally it was all kinds of classes, painting classes, kids camps, different media. And then the garage where we're sitting, the garage has been the pottery studio. Since that time, we started off with 4 wheels. Now we have 8+ wheels, which is how much we can fit in the space. It is a rambler house. There's only so much room in this space. We use every square inch in this building, behind the doors, above the cabinets, on the floor, underneath tables. We use every square inch we have. Accessibility is also a huge challenge here. There is really not a great way for people with mobility challenges to easily get into the pottery studio space. That is a pretty serious consideration too as we go into this new building, is to making sure that we are accessible, physically accessible for everyone too.
The art house, even though it's a specialized kind of facility, there's still something creative that can touch just about everybody. We just aren't meeting the demand that's out there right now. There's not a lot of those facilities out there to provide these programs, and so we have waiting lists for just about every opportunity that is provided in the art house. It all comes down to the community, right? And people meeting up with friends and doing things that keeps them active and thriving.
Wash your hands. Scrub it while you sing this song. Wash. Rub your hands and fingers and the places in between. Using soap and water makes your hands so clean. Wash your hands. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now dry.
Wash your hands for 20 seconds, just like Elmo.
Welcome back inside the Eagan Civic Arena, where 17 minutes in the books. Shakopee Sabers 1, Eagan Wildcats nothing. Shots on goal, 8 apiece. Nate Pedersen, the lone goal of the evening thus far for the Sabers. As the Wildcats get set to take the ice over on the right side, you see them coming out with some of the future Wildcats there, looking to give some high fives and salutes as well. And Shakopee Sabers will be coming out momentarily, but it's been a rough couple of weeks for Shakopee, for their community, their youth community. They've had a couple of youngsters that unfortunately have passed away.
Yeah, it has been. It has been. And Shakopee High School is mourning the death of a second student related to the car accident from December 26th. 16-year-old Evan Martin passed away just recently, and of course Michaela McCarville, who played for the Shakopee Sabers girls team, varsity hockey team, had passed away earlier this month, and so. Obviously our thoughts and prayers are with the Shakopee community. I've seen at all the games I've been at, whether it was Farmington or wherever, there are moments of silence for those kids. Obviously a very tough time. The Shakopee community is resilient, supporting each other, and hopefully those families feel that support.
Yeah, I saw Calvin Simon, the boys coach, still had the 15 sticker on his jacket tonight as I was talking to him. And like he said, it's just, at 16, 17-year-old, you're supposed to be invincible. And unfortunately, the Shakopee community's they've lost 2 of them here in the span of just a matter of weeks, really.
Yeah, and the Shakopee girls will be, speaking of the Shakopee girls, they will be visiting the Wildcat girls here on Thursday night here at Eagan Civic Arena. And that'll be the Eagan Wildcats' last home game of the season. They're not going to get a home game in the playoffs in sections. So, it's going to be an emotional night for a number of reasons. I know there are some things planned for to remember those students and to pause and just take a moment to reflect on how precious and important life is.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we're going to get set for second period action as try to spin some positivity after that. We'll take a look at, there's Jake Woog for the Eagan Wildcats, number 23. Out there playing on the night with Eddie Moore and Grayson Robbins. As we said, number 10 on your screen. Again, happy birthday, Grayson. Interesting, the Shakopee Sabers bench almost tapping their sticks on the boards to start this second period. Tradition, I guess. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. I was going to say the same thing. I like that stuff.
Here's Woog for the Wildcats. Down the left side, deep down the left side. Down to the right corner. Down to the right half wall. In front, nothing there for the Wildcats. Getting it back. There's Robbins. That went way wide at Houston between the pipes for the Sabres. Houston's got 8 saves tonight between the pipes. The senior.
As a right-handed shot for Robbins, that one was, what shall we say, aspirational. His body was going the other direction. Oh, nice drag.
Simpson back across. And I'm not sure if Gly got a piece of that, but Shakopee nearly went up 2-0. And Simpson is the man to watch, 21 in red. University of North Dakota commit. Still has the puck. Well, had it, gives it down. Simpson goes to the dot. Up top, Carson Steinhoff. Plays juniors as well in the offseason for Omaha. All the way down, should be an icing, and it is. We're in the early stages, period number 2.
Well, we're seeing the quality. We're seeing the quality of players like Simpson and Klein, but again, and I know it's easy to say when you're up here in the broadcast booth, much harder to do down on the ice. But the Wildcats have got to close the distance between them and stop looking at the puck, stop looking at all the fancy moves with the shoulders, and look at the core. Look at from the top of the saber to the waist. That's not going anywhere. Wherever that goes, that's where he's going, and that's what you have to play against.
Pedersen going to give chase. Nope, he's going to actually stop. There's the Wildcat. I think that's Wood behind the net, battling against Shakopee's number 9, Peyton Chase, the junior forward. Chase hits the ice, no penalty. Cats yet to be penalized tonight. Shakopee had 1 back early in that first period. Opportunity, Seegert. He leaves it over there this time for Kulchin. Shakopee good cycling with the puck this time. Kulchin's going to get it. He'll stop, spin to elude Prouty. Kulchin just tries to send it back in deep. Puck does come back out. Sabres forced to regroup. It was Kulchin, first man on the puck. Youngberg, his defensive partner. And Youngberg's going to get this one as Shakopee. I thought they were going to make a little bit of a change up front, but they did not. And this one will come back to the Sabre zone, give them plenty of opportunity to make that change. Owen Wood there for the Eagan Wildcats.
You know, we haven't made a joke about we haven't had any fun with Wood and lumber or he's tall as a tree or anything of that stuff. We haven't had any. I'm sure he's never heard those jokes in his life. But before the season's over, we might want to come up with one. You know, he's like,
good to have a goal.
You know, good.
Got good lumber on that one.
Yeah, good lumber on that one. Good, yeah, good wood on that one.
These guys even know what it's like though to play with a wood stick.
No, these guys haven't played with a wood stick since they were
ever
mini mites.
At that, yeah. Captain, I should say, Hudson Kerr that time. Stanky in deep, 26 in white. Stanky gonna get it back. Can he battle? He in there, 2-on-2. He's got Hudson Kerr with him for the Wildcats. Shakopee Will O'Neill, 23, was in there among others. And out it comes. O'Neill can't quite get there. Martin for the Wildcats. Boy, I like O'Neill. He is aggressive this shift. Not exactly a big guy out there, but he is aggressive for Shakopee. Cats try to get it all along pass for Lockenmeyer, and this face-off. Oh, they're going to wave off the icing.
Yeah, that's curious. Everybody thought that was going to be an icing call as Lockenmeyer had vacated that spot on the ice.
Yep. More. Juicy rebound. Wood couldn't quite get there in time. Joey Brislin for the Sabres. Opportunity. That goes this wide. Houston, I think, might have seen that the last split second. We're just about 4 minutes gone by. Second period. Stays 1-0 Shakopee Sabres. Wildcats lone shot on goal this period, which I fully expected Shakopee to put a lot of shots on net tonight with this high-flying offense that they have. Speaking of, here comes Simpson. Long shot. Got a piece of that was Glide. And face-off will be down in the Eagan Wildcat zone with 12:48 here in period number 2. Hey, looking ahead, by the way, the Dakota Valley Choral Festival is coming up on Sunday, February 4th, 7 o'clock in the Eastview Gymnasium. Performance open to the public, and it's all 4 district concert choirs, the all-district 5th grade choir, and professional instrumentalists as well. So the Dakota Valley Choral Festival, 7 p.m. February 4th at Eastview High School. Send it across, nothing there. Another shot. Houston able to steer that aside off the stick of Coink Prong. Leary takes his man out right in front of a few kids there, standing by just off the Eagan bench.
Wildcats very aggressive on the forecheck, and it may pay off.
Exactly. That was Chase that lost a blade. Fell down right in front of the student section. Upended, we're going to have a penalty on the Wildcats, and it's going to be, I believe, A.J. Clark, and it is indeed going to be a trip here at 4:59, period number 2. So the Sabres already up 1-0. We'll get a man advantage for the first time this evening. Pretty obvious call that time.
Yeah, it looked like it. Watch Clark here as he puts his stick out. He's reaching a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a good call. It's hard to tell from our angle, but referee was on it, had no hesitation to raising his arm.
Shakopee 32.3.
A minor penalty has been assessed to Eagan's number 22, A.J. Clark, 2 minutes for tripping. Number 22, Clark, 2 minutes for tripping at 4:59 of the second.
As I was saying, 32.3, the power play percentage for the Sabres. And Glide, that was a quick whistle there. Might have a little generous there on the whistle as Peyton Chase was quickly coming in.
I like quick whistles. Honestly, I like quick whistles if it keeps goalies from getting hacked at, and it hits Glide right in the glove. He closes, looked like he closed his glove around it, and then all of a sudden it kind of popped out and then came up off his chest. So unlucky that time for Shakopee.
By the way, the Wildcat power play 68.8. Shakopee, good puck movement here with the man advantage up top. Steinhoff, far side. That was Siegert. All over, there's a little battling in front. Nice job by Martin for the Wildcats to tie up his Sabre. The physicality right in front of the Shakopee fans all the way down. Lockenmeyer.
Isaac Martin carrying on the proud Martin family tradition of being a pest on the penalty kill. He's going to have to be a pest for another few seconds as he didn't get off that time.
Simpson with a nice move. Simpson! That's why he's going to Nodak. 2-0 Sabres. I believe you call that a nice deke, do you not?
You do. Watch him dip his shoulders. Goes around and then Glide. I'm not sure if Glide did not get to that side of the net. That was a fairly open net for Simpson.
Well, I'm going to guess he saw Simpson cut into the middle.
He probably assumed that Simpson would continue to the middle. That's right, but that's just a situation where the defense has got to do a better job. But again, step number 1 is don't go on the penalty kill.
Yeah. 23rd of the year for number 21.
Scoring for Shakopee on the power play, number 21, Cooper Simpson. Assist to number 27, Carson Steinhoff, and number 11, Cooper Siegert. Simpson from Steinhoff and Siegert at 5:54 of the second.
It's 2 helpers on the night for Siegert, sophomore forward. This Shakopee squad only has 4 seniors on it. So they're going to be around for a while.
Yeah, most of, as I look at it, and all of their underclassmen, all their forwards are underclassmen. I mean, well, I should say they've got a couple of juniors there too, but I mean, they're not seniors. I'll say it that way.
Right. And of the guys that are seniors, I believe 2 of them we have yet to call their names tonight. Isaiah Hawley, number 8, and 28, Jake Marshall. Both of those guys are forwards. Backhanded out. Shakopee Simpson, stop, spin. Try it again. Whips it all the way across. Nobody there, although Doctor going to be the first man down, 24 in red. Eagan needs to make something happen, and soon.
Just playing the rest of the second period clean. Don't give Shakopee any more goals. Not sure what just happened there.
I think we lost this. Looks like Glide stick shattered. And the Cats trying to,
I see.
Cats were trying to get him another one, and I did not see if that came from the bench.
Well, wait a minute. If his stick shatters, if the goalie stick shatters, aren't they supposed to stop play?
I don't know. Referees are conferring.
Because he can't go to the bench. I don't think this is going to be a penalty on the Wildcats, because my understanding of goalie equipment is if there's a goalie equipment problem, the referees are supposed to stop. The referees are supposed to stop play immediately. So I don't think the referees are going to blow. I don't think they're going to call a penalty here. I think it'd be a real injustice if they did, because they're supposed to stop play. You know, if the goalie breaks the stick, I believe the rules say that they got to stop play. Just the way if the helmet comes off or something like that. Because again, the goalies are not able to get to the bench.
Right.
They can't just go to the bench and get a new stick.
Although you do see the time. Well, I guess that's more when they lose their stick than the defenseman will give them the stick.
It's one thing to lose your stick.
Right.
It's another one it's broken in half. So I don't think they're going to call a penalty here.
Yeah.
They are going to call a penalty.
They're going to call one.
And maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe somebody's going to hit me up on Twitter and say you have no idea what you're talking about. Those aren't the rules. But my understanding was that goalies were a little bit different. I guess I'll have to go back and check my rule book.
Well, we'll see what Nick Johnson announces for the penalty. I don't know if it's going to be a unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, they call it an unsportsmanlike penalty. I think the key was that they threw the stick.
That's my assumption.
And I'm betting that if they had thrown the stick down to Glide when the play was at the other end, I think what they're going to say is that because they threw the stick to him and it maybe broke up or impacted Shakopee's play, offensive play, whatever.
Bottom line, Shakopee going on the power play again. Check them out, all the 55 seconds last time. They go up by a 2-0.
A minor penalty has been assessed to Egan's bench, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalty, 7:27 of the second.
Clint Prong aggressive. He might have got away with a little bit of a trip just below us here at center. I think the Wildcats, you just want to play a lot of keep away right now in this penalty kill.
That's right.
Shakopee has had time. They've got their big offensive threats are on the ice right now in red. This would be the biggest right here. Simpson stops, spins. Back to Steinhoff. Far side. Siegert down low. Tried good puck movement again by the Sabres. Couldn't quite get to Peyton Chase there, who's on the doorstep. 1:14 to go. Man advantage for the Sabres. Puck is up and out. Steinhoff couldn't quite, or checked it. That was Simpson. Couldn't quite keep that into the blue line. Whistle because played with a high stick, I think.
Later with a high stick by the Sabres. Yep. So we'll get a defensive zone face-off here for the Sabres.
1:05 to go, man advantage. 2-0 Shakopee. Had one in the first by Pettersson and Simpson on the power play just a few minutes ago. And leading the rushes, Pettersson that time, 22 in red. And Shakopee will get back on sides. Cass wisely dumped that one all the way down. A little bit of a break there for Eagan that Shakopee couldn't handle it at the blue. Nearly getting that one was Eddie Moore. Instead of Simpson through traffic. He had using Martin as a screen. I'm not sure if that got all the way through to Glide. Up top, far side from the dot. Oh, they could hear the clank on that one and the from the Shakopee fans here in the Civic Arena. Cass, can they get it out of the zone? No, Simpson down low, centered it in front. Nice job of tying up in front was Wood for Eagan. Shakopee down to 10 in the man advantage. Simpson, he'll shoot through traffic. That got blocked by Eddie Moore. And the Cats are going to kill this one off. Eagan Wildcats now at
Eagan, full strength.
At the risk of pointing out the obvious, I have to say Simpson's release is so fast. And I'm not sure how that's not offside, but okay. It sure looked like O'Neal was in offside, but in any event we play on. But oh my goodness gracious, is Simpson's release fast. And that's really, I think, how he's really he beat Glye in that second goal, because he snapped it by so quickly.
Well, that time he's backhand, but Glye up to the task. Great job by the Eagan netminder to keep this a 2-goal hockey game.
Yeah, that was a great work by Glye. He's got to be smart. He's got to be happy with this, but even with his backup stick out there, of course, he's probably thinking, we talk about when forwards break sticks. What does a goalie stick cost? I bet it's just as expensive, isn't it?
Yeah. By the way, that was Landon Ho with the shot. Actually, it was a pass just to the side. I thought that was a really good read. Landon Ho, by the way, 33 in red, just a freshman for the Sabres. The Wildcats, 4 shots on goal this period. 8 for Shakopee, but theirs also comes with a tally. Sending it down low. This time it's Vogel, junior forward, 37 in red. Watched by Forrester, the Eagan sophomore. Forrester's going to be a fun one to watch on this team for a few more years. Glye, not sure he ever saw that till the late split second.
So far, Glye, that's been, for the most part, it's been screens that have beaten Glye. Wildcats have got to do a better job of making sure that they give him a clean line of sight.
Clark couldn't quite control it into the Shakopee zone, dumped in. Houston with the easy stop as the Wildcats change up. Shakopee for that long outlet pass. They were trying to get it to Klein. Prouty for the Cats, watched by Klein. Shakopee, they are so quick. I'd say this is the quickest team we've seen. And rebound. Did Glye reach out and get that rebound? Oh, then it trickles in on that. Still, it's 3-0 Shakopee.
Well, I wish we had goal line technology. I'd love to see how close that came to not crossing the goal.
I want to go back to, I want to know if Glye got a piece of this initial one.
Either he did or Moore did.
I couldn't quite tell. And then they just threw it in front off the skate. It trickled in.
Now the referee has the best look, and he says it's a goal, so it counts.
Hey, from up here I thought it was in too, but 11:26 time of that one. We'll get the official word from Nick Johnson on the Shakopee scoring.
Scoring for Shakopee, number 24, Zach Docteur. Assist to number 19, Dalen Klein, and number 21, Cooper Simpson. Docteur from Klein and Simpson at 11:26 of the second.
9 on the year for Docteur. Here's Kerr. Whistles one just wide. Martin for the Cats. That was knocked down on the way through. Kerr going for the big hit. He and Simpson collide, sort of.
Well, the Wildcats need something, Mike. No question about that. They need something to get some momentum back. They're still not out of this hockey game, but they're hanging on by a thread right now.
I saw Shakopee look for that home run pass on Docteur. Coach Todd Carlson for the Wildcats said, yeah, Shakopee kind of likes to leak that guy behind and make that long outlet pass. They nearly did it again right there.
Well, they absolutely are. Simpson's not even crossing the midline. He's looking for he's looking for a home run pass.
That was trying to get to Siegert, and that'll bring the puck back to the Shakopee zone.
The Wildcats are going to have to account for that, Mike. There's no way you can let a guy that's got 43 or 44 points on the season now, hang out at your blue line. And so you got to make somebody commit to be there. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does mean that you're going to have to change your defensive structure.
Absolutely. Shot. Traffic. Prouty. That one whistled just wide, hard off the end boards. O'Leary in deep to Clark. Clark battling in there with Jackson Tolanen. Might be Jackson's first shift of the night for Shakopee. O'Leary stops, spins, looking to find somebody in front. Tolanen all over him. A.J. Clark to come in and help out O'Leary, who gets upended. And the Cats unable to do anything of significance that time in the offensive zone as Shakopee wheels in to the Wildcat zone. Up and out. Chase to lead the regroup for the Sabres. Just dumping it in that time. Far side. There's Prouty for the Wildcats. Prouty, he's a junior 6-footer, number 7 in white.
Captain of the boys hockey team. Captain of the boys soccer team.
Here's O'Leary. 3:12 to go in this period. Cats down by a field goal. As long as we're talking other sports. Sort of. Quink Prong, long shot. Easy save for Houston back there. And Quink Prong follows his man through. And there's Woog down low for the Wildcats. Looking to get anything offensively. They'll take a greasy goal. They'll take a pretty goal right now, are the Eagan Wildcats. Houston save, rebound, quickly covers up. And the shutout remains intact.
Wildcats are going to need some puck luck here, Mike. I mean, there's no question. As I'm watching this game, they're going to need some sort of luck to climb back into this one. The shot, they're not being horribly outshot. It's 18-15 right now, but without getting on, they got to get on the board. They got to get on the board soon to turn this into a game.
Last two games, the Wildcats have been up 3-0 after the first. That was against Hudson and Farmington. Somehow that one came back this way off of the stick of Clark initially. I'm not sure if Houston kicked it this way. And Shakopee deep into the Wildcat zone again. Back up top, Youngberg. Save, Glide, save. Number 17 for the Eagan senior. Hey, look at that. We got Wally Wildcat here tonight. Wally making his debut. And Wally gonna maybe, no, gotta have the photo op.
Yep, take some pictures by the nets.
Thought Wally realized he was on TV, or it was on TV, and decided to leave. But good to see Wally Wildcat finally making an appearance this season. With 2 minutes to go, period number 2. Prouty. That's Kerr. They do stay on side. That went off of Stanky, I believe. Kerr overskates it. Gives Shakopee an opportunity to turn and go.
Shakopee's still stretching Simpson. I think that's very interesting. It's not. Look, they're ahead by 3 goals, so it's not a desperation move. But it's interesting that they're stretching him as high as they are. Kind of reminds me of what Eagan used to do with Johnny Myers when Johnny Myers was here playing for the Wildcats, where he would just magically find his way to neutral ice while the puck was in the defensive zone.
And we saw Johnny Myers a lot of times like that. We'd carry the puck in, make the move, shot on goal. Glide with the save that time for the Wildcats.
And again, look, I can't say that I'm a comprehensive encyclopedia of hockey knowledge, but that's what it reminds me of. I mean, watching Simpson play, he's just kind of playing on another level or with another gear.
Yep. Comes Clark for the Cats. Cats looking to at least get on the board before this period expires. And again, Shakopee, they are so fast out of their own end.
1 minute remaining in the second period. 1 minute.
Chase stops, spins, back up top. Carson Steinhoff. Shot all the way through. Big juicy rebound. And that puck stays out somehow. Penalty upcoming on the Wildcats. Siegert back up top. Shakopee extra skater on right now. He's down low. Pedersen. All the way across. Well, that got a piece of that, but quick shot. And Glide. Maybe a fortuitous quick whistle for the Wildcats. Bottom line, they're going to go be shorthanded again, though, for the 3rd time this period, albeit with just 28.9 to go.
Yeah, it's a cross check there by, looks like Martin. Martin's going to he's trying to protect the goalie, not allow the rebound, but that's not going to get it done.
16-31. So if Shakopee doesn't score, of course, that'll carry over into period number 3. This will be 14-3-1 Shakopee Sabers. 9-1 in conference play. The Wildcats 10-10 overall, 4-7 in the South Suburban Conference. In the third period, we'll talk a little more about section seedings, but Shakopee, I'd say they play in a killer section. And then Eagan.
A minor penalty has been assessed
well.
to Egan's number 12, Isaac Martin, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Number 12, Martin, 2 minutes for cross-checking at 16:31 of the second.
Scramble in front. No quick whistle that time. As Shakopee controls. Pedersen, Steinhoff. 8 to go in the period. Down low. Looks like a give and go. Couldn't quite connect that time, and Glide there for the Wildcats. Well, they were looking for Siegert to send that one back across. I didn't quite see who that was coming down the slot. It was.
Shakopee's done this several times on their power play. They'll play it out to the side, and then whoever plays it out from the point to the side then just instantly breaks to the crease and looks for that pass to come back to them. And they've been successful in creating opportunities. And, you know, Mike, the Wildcats not playing bad hockey right now. They're playing a very good team, a team that's top 10 in AA here in the state, Minnesota, but not good enough to get the win right now. They're playing well, but they need to be playing better.
Yep. Well, they've got 17 minutes left to see what they can do. Will Shakopee head back to Scott County with a win? Will the Wildcats get on the board? Will we be back for third period action shortly on ETV? Yes, we will. As you're watching Eagan Wildcat Hockey on Eagan TV.
We've come a long way since 1963. In 1963, the Eagan Fire Department was born, with just 41 brave souls and a dream. They started with little more than determination and a 1942 military surplus fire engine named Jenny.
We've grown from a small volunteer department to a part-time paid department, one of the biggest in the state, to a combination department of full-time and part-time. And now we're all career, all full-time, here to respond from the stations 24 hours a day, every day of the year.
Eagan's firefighters actively engage with the community at events like National Night Out, the Food Truck Festival, and our biggest event of the year, our Fire Prevention Week open house. Our open house is still our biggest event as far as welcoming people into our station, talking about safety, kids having fun, and learning safety at the same time, getting their fire hats. We visit every school in Eagan. We're everywhere throughout the city. On weeknights, we're working with Girl Scout and Brownie and Cub Scout groups that'll either come to our station or we'll stop at their school. We back some military fun runs where we'll hang a flag off our ladder and support that. There's so many different events that we do in the city, and we work hand in hand a lot with our Parks Department at a lot of their events. So there's a great partnership in the city with public safety and other departments, and we're all Team Eagan. Our success is a result of the strong bonds we've built with our community. We're here when you need us the most.
It doesn't matter where we go. If it's a school, if it's a community center event, the community always make us feel like we're supported.
Thank you, Eagan firefighters!
We've had some of the best firefighters in the state of Minnesota go through these doors and serve the residents and visitors to Eagan, and we're very proud of them and what they've achieved.
Donating pet food can keep families together. Pets and people belong together. Learn more at petsandpeopletogether.org.
You know you don't have to wear your PT gear anymore, right?
It's comfortable.
So how's civilian life treating you?
It's fine.
When I got out, I didn't want to admit that there was anything wrong because I felt like a failure. And then I realized, like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. So I started talking to someone. Maybe you are fine, but if you're not, it's okay.
Thank you.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Likes to prioritize sustainability throughout events in a variety of ways. This year at the Eagan Food Truck Festival, we partnered with our Cup, which is a reusable cup company specializing in events that helps us divert any single-use plastic cups.
Our Cup's mission is to create the platform, infrastructure, and movement for the reuse economy. We offer a reuse service that's simple and convenient. We make it so events like this can use reusable cups or containers. We'll take all of them back to our facility, wash them, and then get them redeployed for the next event.
I think that that's the ultimate joy of our Cup is helping our clients, helping these events, helping Eagan Food Truck Festival achieve its sustainability goals in a measurable way.
We are one of the first events in Dakota County that has used our Cup at a large event. They're here on site at events to help reduce as much single-use plastic as we can, and we couldn't be more thrilled that they're here to help us this year at the Eagan Food Truck Festival.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
The Eagan Art House, facility that really for many years has been operated out of a 1,200 square foot house. The growth of our art programs and artists across the city and region has really created a demand for so much more. And while we've tried to use some of our other satellite facilities to help meet that demand, really the time is now to create a specialized art facility that will help meet that demand.
We've been here for over 25 years, operating as a center for art education. We see thousands of people every single year, all ages, taking classes, learning new things, making new friends, finding their creative voice, gaining confidence. So it's a really important part of our community. We merged with the city Park and Recreation Department. Before that time, the Eagan Art House was a nonprofit organization.
I started about 20 years ago. In those days, it was the Dakota Center for the Arts. It was a nonprofit organization that rented the art house from the city for $1 a year.
In the main house where it used to be living room, bedrooms, originally it was all kinds of classes, painting classes, kids camps, different media. And then the garage where we're sitting, the garage has been the pottery studio. Since that time, we started off with 4 wheels. Now we have 8+ wheels, which is how much we can fit in the space. It is a rambler house. There's only so much room in this space. We use every square inch in this building, behind the doors, above the cabinets, on the floor, underneath tables. We use every square inch we have. Accessibility is also a huge challenge here. There is really not a great way for people with mobility challenges to easily get into the pottery studio space. That is a pretty serious consideration too as we go into this new building, is to making sure that we are accessible, physically accessible for everyone too.
The art house, even though it's a specialized kind of facility, there's still something creative that can touch just about everybody. We just aren't meeting the demand that's out there right now. There's not a lot of those facilities out there to provide these programs. And so we have waiting lists for just about every opportunity that is provided in the art house. It all comes down to the community, right? And people meeting up with friends and doing things that keeps them active and thriving.
Welcome back to the litter box as we get set for period number 3 here in the Eagan Civic Arena. We're after 2, 3-0 Shakopee Sabers. As you look at the Wildcats and some future Wildcats, and even Wally the Wildcat over there, as the Wildcats come back onto the ice for 17 more minutes. And of course, before the game, we had the flag bearers. Tonight it was Easton Madigan and Bowden Donahue, the Eagan Youth Hockey Association flag bearers. They did a nice job out there tonight before the game. Hey, while we're at it, we get set for the third period, and before Nathan and I forget, because, you know, it's us. Let's talk. We want to talk about our all-star crew, because, you know, we do it every game, and we truly mean it. They're the ones that bring this to you, and I know I got a nice text the other day about how good of a job the whole Eagan TV production is, so that was great to hear. But Josh Sibley is the man in charge. Polish Joe Chupik is our director tonight. Willie Nielsen's on graphics. Tim Shinyan, replay, audio. Our camera folks, Savina Cisneros, Max Helmuller, and Larry Lockdown once again. So everybody on the ETV crew, glad to bring you hockey tonight as the Shakopee Sabers, again, banging their sticks on the boards to start the third period. As ETV crew, Nathan, we've got one game left this year. That'll be next Tuesday. Lakeville South here in the Civic Arena.
Yeah, one home game for the boys, one home game left for the girls. The girls take on these Shakopee Sabers, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, on Thursday night. And so that will be their last home game and last ETV broadcast of the season.
Wildcat boys, we said they've got Lakeville South. 3 of their last 4 are on the road. Saturday, they're at the Apple Valley Burnsville duo. That's a 6 o'clock game at the Apple Valley Sports Arena. Good shot. Shakopee stay on that power play to start this period. Glide sprawling. Somehow that puck did not go in.
Pedersen's grabbing his head. He can't believe that didn't sneak by. And Wildcats very fortunate there as O'Leary had lost his stick and it was over on the wall. And so he wasn't able to keep, he really wasn't able to poke check or do a whole lot defensively to keep the puck towards the top of the circle.
By the way, quick segue. Speaking of losing our stick, we got an explanation on that goalie losing the stick back in the second period.
We did get an explanation, and as soon as I have a break in the action, I will tell you what our crack executive producer and production staff were able to work with us on.
Shakopee coming through, 27 to go in the man advantage. Sabers, they said already up by a 3-0 count. Doctour leads the rush, 24 in red. Down into the corner. Seagert, I should say. My apologies. Back across, quick shot. That got all wood on that one. There's a big shot over there from, I believe that was Kulchin. Cats back. We played 5-on-5, centered in front, centered across through everybody. Kulchin this time on the near side boards for Shakopee. He'll dump it in low that time for 29. Nathan Heilman, his first action of the game, I believe. 29 in red. 2 minutes gone by, third period. 3-0 Sabres. By the way, Shakopee, they've got Holy Family at home Thursday night. That's a big game at the Shakopee Arena. Potential for some section seating and whatnot.
Yeah, big one for them in the section, and both teams.
Speaking of big, how about that hit by Owen Wood? Will O'Neill gets leveled.
Wood laying the lumber to the Shakopee Sabers. I know, I'm just trying too hard, aren't I?
No, we're there. We're there. Shakopee, they're going to dump this one back in. Cats all the way out. Tried to get it to Robbins. Again, Grayson Robbins, happy birthday. Like to see him get one tonight for the Wildcats. Owen Wood around the boards. Up ahead, Hudson Kerr. Nice shot, get that right skate back, stay on side.
Very agile move by Kerr, no question about that.
I think you and I would be feeling that one for days.
I don't think you and I would be able to get up off the ice.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kerr, a big hit far side that time by Martin. Are they going to get Martin on a penalty?
Yeah, they're going to get Martin. Martin left his skates.
They're going to get him on a rough.
Yeah.
Or are they taking them both? I think they're both going to go.
It does look that way, doesn't it?
It's going to be Martin for the Wildcats and Will O'Neill for the Shakopee Sabers. I would assume it'll be roughing on each. 3:09 into the third. O'Neill was the one. He got flattened by Wood back at the blue line a little bit ago. Don't know if there was still some anger in that young man, shall we say?
Well, somebody was chirping.
Exactly.
I would like Martin there not to leave his skates, because I think that's just such an easy call for the referee, right?
Right.
It's such an easy call when you leave your skates like that and you go high on a guy. It's just too
Minor
easy.
penalties have been assessed to Shakopee's number 23, Will O'Neill, and to Eagan's number 12, Isaac Martin. Both 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalties, 3:09 of the third.
We got Nick Johnson, our public address announcer, clarifying everything for us. 5-on-5 we shall play. Shot that was steered aside by Gley. Give him a shot on goal on that. There's a bigger save. That truly was a shot on goal. Save that time to Rob Chase. Shakopee just keeping it in the zone. Another opportunity. Didn't get all the way through, however. Here comes Kerr trying to split the D, 1-on-2. Kerr needs a line change like the rest of the Wildcats just got.
That's a great effort by Kerr, but physics are undefeated, Mike.
Yes, they are. Long shot, Gley gives up the big rebound. No damage, however. Shakopee keeps it in. Klein kind of leapt over Lockenmeyer, and Clark backhands it in. So both teams making some changes. And we've got an offside on the Shakopee Sabers. And Nathan, real quick, what was our explanation on that goalie stick?
Absolutely. So we talked to a couple of rules experts at the second intermission, just similar to clarification. I was wrong. I understood that any goalies were different, and they are, but the referees are only going to stop play when it's a piece of safety equipment that the goalie's struggling with. So the glove, the helmet, the neck guard protector piece. But not the stick. So if the goalie stick breaks, they're not going to stop play for that. In fact, the goalie is able to use, in this case, his stick, even if it is broken, which is obviously a complete 180 from the rule normally required of players on the ice. So what's interesting there is, now we did ask the question, what if the stick had been, Simpson brings it into the zone, drops,
back, Gley gets the paw down.
I think it's interesting. Simpson still stretching. I obviously he's being told to do that by his coach, and I don't blame the kid for doing that at all. But the other four guys in the ice might need some defense, a little help on defense.
Let's give Owen Wood credit there, though. He reached back, got the stick on that to what would have been a 4-0 Shakopee lead if that puck gets through.
Yeah. But in any event, to tie up the issue related to the goalie stick. The goalie stick breaking is not something the referees will stop or are supposed to stop the game for. What's interesting is if the Wildcats had thrown that stick in a manner that had not been near the play, active play, the question is, would that have been a penalty? And we don't know the answer to that one. But in any event, we play on.
And it's still 3-0 Shakopee.
It sure is.
And I'm just looking back. Shakopee did not score on that power play for the aforementioned the Eagan bench unsportsmanlike was the callback on the whole goalie stick gate, shall we say. Because, they put gate on everything of controversy. Tried to get it through to Woog. He was tied up nicely by a Shakopee defenseman. Here come the Sabres trying to get something the other way. Instead, they're going to Simpson. He'll regroup. Simpson, tried to get her around Martin. Martin, nice job standing up Simpson. Off the glass and out to center. Coming away with it this time is Eddie Moore. Top of the circle shot. Houston got the blocker on that one. I believe that's his first save of the period. We're here at the 10:27 to go. Kerr trying to hustle in from that right side. Lockenmeyer. That never got off.
Oh,
he'll be seeing that one.
Danny Lockenmeyer was teeing that up for a big shot, and I wonder if he may be thinking to himself right now as Kerr gets cleaned out. He might be thinking to himself, maybe I would have been better off just trying to snap one rather than go for the big windup.
Cats keeping this one in. Here's Forrester from way out. That was deflected. Rebound, just missed. Lockenmeyer is snake bit. That one on the backhand trickled just wide. Deep into the zone, giving chase. There is no icing. Got Tour in deep for Shakopee. Actually, he'll turn and come out all the way down. We tried to get it to Kerr, who was leaking out for the Wildcats. Hot off the bench, so the Shakopee defenseman, Brislin, to deny Kerr, shall we say. Riley Klink-Prong, one of the many seniors on this Wildcat squad. A dozen of them wearing white. 9:09 to go in this one. 31-17 shots in favor of the 8th-ranked Shakopee Sabers in the Let's Play Hockey poll, number 5 in the latest Carol 11 poll.
Well, they're certainly demonstrating, Mike, why they are. Does that actually hit the rafters?
Yeah,
I didn't think it hit the rafters, but
you can hear the ping.
You could. Okay,
I heard a ping.
Okay, well, maybe I was running my mouth, right? But
no. I wouldn't say that at all.
But the Sabres obviously playing like a top 10 AA, Class AA hockey team tonight, showing real quality, creating offensive chances, skating around the Wildcats just a little bit too much. Again, Wildcats, honestly, they're playing well enough that if they were playing an opponent that was not as good as the Sabres, I think they'd be having some success tonight.
Yep.
They'd probably be winning a hockey game, but it's not going to be good enough against the Sabres.
No. We talk about Shakopee. They're ranked 5th, 8th, top 10. The bottom line is they're in there. They've got a section 2AA, that as of this moment, as of the latest poll that I saw came out today, you've got Minnetonka, who's the number 1 team in the state. Chanhassen is 4. Shakopee's 8. EP is 9. Holy Family is ranked 15th. Those are your top 5 seeds as of right now in Section 2AA. Oh, and by the way, Prior Lake is also in there. We've seen Prior Lake, solid team this year. So somewhere along the way,
one of those teams is going to be a 5 seed or a 6 seed.
Shakopee's number 11, Cooper Seegert, 2 minutes for high sticking. Number 11, Seegert, 2 minutes for high sticking at 8:24 of the 3rd.
So, I mean, realistically, for any of those teams, let's say Shakopee stumbles against somebody down the stretch, maybe loses another one. Are they looking at a 4 seed? Well, at best,
I was just going to say,
5?
well, you just talked about those teams and how good those teams are. I mean, Prior Lake is at the top of the South Suburban Conference right now, tied. Yes, Chaco's got some games at hand, but one of those, you named so many of those teams, Mike. I mean, somebody's going to be a 5 seed. Somebody's going to be a 6 seed.
Right. By the way, Prior Lake at Shakopee Tuesday, February 6th. You think that'll be a big tilt over there in Scott County?
I think it will.
Just slightly. But Shakopee, they've been to the state tournament 1 time, and that was in 2005 in Class A. It's just, it's just a tough luck section for the Sabres, where everything I've read about Minnetonka is they're just on fire this year. No pun intended with Holy Family in the section, but Chanhassen, obviously, they've got a very good squad this year. EP, you just never know about them. They maybe haven't played as tough of a schedule as the rest of these teams, but they've been there. That's a program you can never count out. So that should be a heck of a semifinal, no matter who gets there. And that section plays their semis at Braemar Arena in EP in Edina.
Lockenmeyer got dinged there because he had a little bit of a challenge with handling that puck, but he's had 3 nice shots on goal here on this power play. If you keep giving him shots, Jenny Lockenmeyer is going to light the lamp. So the Wildcats can just keep it in the zone and keep putting it on his stick. It's going to go in eventually.
Prouty keeps it in. 16 to go, man advantage. Prouty and Lockenmeyer play catch. Lockenmeyer finds the trailer, clink prong off the bench. O'Leary rebound. O'Leary, quick shot. You saw it right there. Hits him right in the Saber logo for save number 22 for him this evening. None have gone past the Shakopee senior. And as long as we're talking about section play, let's talk about the Eagan Wildcats. Section 3 AA. 9 teams in this section, and as of this moment, 8 of them have at least 10 wins, and the Wildcats at 10 wins. But you've got St. Thomas Academy, Rosemount, arguably 1-2 right now. Eastview's right there as well. They're tied for the conference lead. Again, 2 games in hand for the Sabres, but Park, we saw them early. Creighton-Durham Hall, how good are the Raiders? How tough has their schedule been? I saw 2 Rivers, they listed them at 15-5, but there's a 1 again. Who do you play? I don't think that's going to be a, and they're not going to be a top 4 seed.
No, I don't think so, but there's some good teams in that, there's some good teams in that conference, but I think the South Suburban Conference is certainly the best conference out of all of those conferences, with those teams in that section. That being said, the Wildcats, I think, are expecting to be on the road for section play in the first round. a solid performance tonight, maybe a couple more wins. You know, they've got a couple of more games that they can certainly win between now and then. It's going to go a long ways towards getting them maybe a 5 seed or a 6 seed, but staying out of that play-in game certainly is going to be very, very important.
Well, that's something Coach Carlson was telling us before the game, that listen, you've got 10 wins right now. Let's say you lose 3 or 4 down the stretch. You might have 11 wins, but you're going to be hosting a play-in game, and Shakopee makes it 4-0 with 5:42 to go in this one. Yeah, guess who? Simpson. Gorgeous backhand top shelf.
It just gets over Gly's glove side. That's just, I mean, no keeper, you know, whether it's soccer, hockey, whatever, no keeper can cover every inch of the net. It's just, it's physically impossible. And that time Simpson just managed to find, you know, it wasn't like Gly gave up a big chunk of the net, right? I mean, there was a small area, probably the size of a soda can, and he hit it. Good for him.
Assist to number 19, Dalen Klein, and number 12, Joey Brislin. Simpson from Klein and Brislin at 11:18 of the third.
Opportunity Kerr high off the glass. Delayed penalty, and it's going to be Shakopee's number 7. I believe they're going to call for a slash. Cole Davis, freshman defender. As Cole is going to go sit for 2 minutes. 5:15 to go in this one. That's 7 in red.
Yeah, they're going to call a slash there.
Owen Kerr, the recipient.
You know, you have to feel good. I mean,
a minor penalty has been assessed to Shakopee's number 7, Cole Davis, 2 minutes for slashing. Number 7, Davis, 2 minutes for slashing at 11:45 of the third.
I was going to say you have to.
So go ahead, Nathan.
No, I was going to say you have to feel good about, you know, the effort that some of these Wildcats have put out tonight. The effort that they have put on the ice, especially a player like Kerr, who's, you know, just absolutely grinding out there. It's a positive sign for Coach Todd Carlson. You know, we talked to him before the game. Sections everyone's record is what? 0-0, right? And if you play hard, you always have a chance to beat a team that might be better than you on paper.
Yep.
If you play hard, and tonight they are playing hard.
Well, Coach Carlson mentioned that year that Eagan went to, one of the years they went to state, Bloomington Kennedy almost beat them in the opening round, and then Eagan beat Eastview and Apple Valley to make it down to the XL Energy Center. But you know, you just never know.
Well, the Wildcats are going to have to improve on their consistency a little bit on the power play. Right now, they're just, once they get in the zone with possession, they've been okay, as Clark, unfortunately, is going to be on an island here, and he's going to have to turn the puck over to the Sabres. But when the Wildcats get into the zone with possession, they've been successful in terms of creating shots and scoring some scoring chances. But right now, getting into the zone has been proving very, very difficult.
30 seconds to go in the man advantage for, yes, the Wildcats. Shakopee, very, very good penalty kill this time. Here's Eddie Moore for the Wildcats. Robbins trailing. Moore, he'll keep it. Got it across. They had 2 guys there. Hudson Kerr, Cats on the board.
What was I saying about Hudson Kerr working hard? What was I saying about Hudson Kerr burying it, right? I mean, just not giving up. Just keep working hard against everybody as Moore sets up his teammate Kerr, and look at that. And Lockenmeyer's camped out right there. I couldn't tell who the pass was to, but
that's what I was wondering.
But it almost looked like it was to both of them. It's kind of a situation where in football, 2 receivers run the same route, you know, and they're in the same spot, but Kerr buries it, and it's a 4-1 hockey game.
Absolutely. And it's funny, right before that power play started, I was just looking down at how many times Eagan has been shut out this year. So, yeah, throw that stat out the window.
Yeah, you're going to have to come
up. By the way,
with
the answer is 1.
Scoring for the Wildcats on the power play, number 11, Hudson Kerr. Assist to number 14, Eddie Moore, and number 12, Isaac Martin. Kerr for Moore and Martin at 13:31 of the third.
And for Hudson Kerr, goal number 8 of his senior season. Eddie Moore, assist number 12.
Eagan takes timeout.
Timeout, Wildcats, as Isaac Martin, by the way, assist number 8. Hey, real quick, I want to mention too, Black Heritage Night coming up at Eagan High School. In honor of Black History Month, the high school's Black Student Union presents Heritage Night. Performances including dances, a fashion show, array of cultural foods to try. It's Monday, February 5th in the high school auditorium. Students and staff from Eagan High School are free with a school ID. Otherwise, tickets available. Check out the high school website. Again, Black Heritage Night, Eagan High School, 6:15 to 9, Monday, February 5th. So looking ahead to the Wildcats schedule at Apple Valley Saturday. Lakeville South is here next Tuesday. And for Calvin Simon and the Shakopee Sabers, Holy Family at home Thursday. This Saturday they're at Lakeville South. That's going to be a big game. And then they finish with 3 of their last 4 at home. Prior Lake, Rosemount, Farmington, at Eastview on that last Saturday of the regular season. That could be a very meaningful game for both of those squads.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Eastview, Rosemount, Prior Lake, Shakopee all kind of battling in those top 2-3 spots to try to see who's going to get to, as you said during one of the intermissions, who gets to hang a banner, right? Who gets to hang a banner this year or next year for the conference championship. And now we're going to have to find out. But the reality of it is that only one team's going to get a chance to. And you know, there's going to have to, you know, but the Sabres right now, I have to agree with you. I think the Sabres right now are definitely the class of who we've seen as we have an empty net.
3:08 to go. That's down by 3. Hey, why not? 28 saves for Glide as of right now. Long shot, hits the post. Simpson, that would have been a hattie. Shot to be able to keep this one in briefly. Simpson back up top. Should not. No, they were offsides.
Offside. Yep.
Easy call.
Yep.
Easy call.
I will say I like how the referee and the linesman both instantly said no, they're offside, no goal.
Yep.
So no, it's
no goal. Player was offsides.
Well offsides.
Yeah, that's the right call. Yep, that's the right call. And you know, if you're Shakopee, you can't feel hard done by. I mean,
looking at Simpson, by the way, he's got 4 goals in his last 3 games coming into tonight. He's got 2 more tonight. We got North Dakota commit. By the way, Shakopee, opportunity. A.J. Clark diving. And that is going to be off, I believe. But
Clark's a little upset. He's like, I missed it, man. I mean, it wasn't off by much.
No, I'm not sure what the. Yeah, I kind of agree with A.J. there.
Yeah, I think he made every effort to avoid the net. He hit the net, but he was certainly not trying to knock it off.
No.
It's kind of unlucky. He's kind of hard done by there. And now Glide is going to go back out on the ice.
Yep, as the face-off just outside the Shakopee blue line.
We'll have to keep our eye on him. I imagine if the Cats get control, get into the Shakopee zone, I have to think that Glide would be heading to the bench immediately.
I think so. I was going to say, Shakopee, they didn't play last weekend a game, but they went up to East Grand Forks, scrimmaged the Green Wave, which one of the top Class A teams in the state. Opportunity, Glide, another save. And went to a North Dakota game up at Ralph Engelstad Arena. Good team bonding trip, Coach Simon said. They talked about going up to Warroad for Hockey Day in Minnesota just to see what that's all about. Because Hockey Day 2025 is going to be hosted by Shakopee at Valley Fair. I'm curious how they set that one up for Hockey Day Minnesota 2025. And all the way down, icing.
I guess the question I have to ask is, will the rides be running?
That's questions I'm thinking, you and I are old enough to remember the flume was a big deal.
Yeah.
So you had water there.
Yeah.
Now you've got, I would assume you've just got to set everything up in the parking lot, but I don't know. That'd just be kind of a cool backdrop, though, with Valley Fair, Hockey Day. Puck was tipped. Dive, post. Almost had a 5th goal for the Sabres.
Well, regardless of the scoreboard, the guys both in red and white are giving us quite an entertaining show here in the last couple of minutes.
Absolutely. Lockenmeyer, Eddie Moore for the Cats. Cats love to get a second one on the board. Lockenmeyer battles along the far side wall. Kept in. Prouty. Minute to go in this one. Here's Lockenmeyer.
1 minute remaining in the third period. 1 minute.
Try to saucer the pass. Lockenmeyer is exchanging words, and they're both going to go. I think it's he and Jake Marshall, I believe. They were some definite big boys pushing and shoving there.
I don't know how much Marshall's been on the ice, but I think Lockenmeyer had enough of whatever Marshall was saying, and probably vice versa.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't shock me if both of them have a seat for 2 minutes or 53.9.
That's the end of it. Before then, there were a couple of whacks, and I'm thinking, I had flashbacks. I got to thinking like the old NHL days. Those guys would have dropped the gloves.
Yeah, again, Wildcats, I've said it earlier tonight, I'll say it one more time. Wildcats have not played a bad hockey game tonight.
No.
They're up against an opponent that's just a little bit better. In fact, not a little bit better. They're a lot better. They're a lot better. They're playing a better opponent, and as a result, you just kind of shrug your shoulders and go, you know what? If I'm Coach Todd Carlson, if I get this kind of effort out of my team, game in and game out, we're gonna win some hockey games between now and the end of the season. And our first round opponent's going to say, okay, here's an Eagan team that has a record that around 500. But if they're playing well and they're working hard, that's going to be a nervy game.
To Shakopee's number 28, Jake Marshall, and Eagan's number 19, Danny Lockenmeyer, both 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalties is 16:06 of the third.
That puck up into the Wildcat bench where, by the way, we haven't mentioned it yet, but Luke Schammel called up from the JV coaching staff to fill in on the varsity squad tonight. Nolan Pearson unable to make tonight's contest.
Wildcats almost completely healthy. Of course, Lance Murray. Lance Murray still on the bench with a upper body injury, and so we hope my understanding is that we think he's going to be back maybe sometime this weekend.
Potentially. I would think he'll be on the ice next Tuesday for the Wildcats' last home game of the year against Lakeville South, which, as we said, our next broadcast as well. I know Sabres Live will be all over many of the Shakopee games the rest of the way. Nice job they do over there with Sabres Live. Puck all the way down. Prouty dumps it in.
I know we're trying to get Simpson as Hattie, but can we be a little less obvious about it?
I think the JVs for Shakopee up cheering. Well, I think they wanted
Houston to shoot.
Yeah,
they might have wanted Houston to shoot.
That's what they wanted.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Now, that on the other hand, that we'd love. Hey, at this point in the game, it'd be fun to watch that.
Oh, absolutely. Shots on goal.
Third period summary, scoring for Shakopee 11-18.
4 for Shakopee, 24 for the Wildcats.
Assist to number 19, Dalen Klein, and number 12, Joey Brislin. Scoring for the Cats on the
Wildcats had a good effort tonight, playing a very good opponent from the West Metro in the conference, and they showed some good stuff. I mean, if I'm Coach Todd Carlson, I feel good about the fact that, hey, my guys came out and they competed for all 54 minutes. They grinded, they worked hard, they did everything they were supposed to do. Hastings, they're just up against a really good team from Shakopee, and if I get this kind of effort out of everybody moving forward for the next 4 games of the regular season plus playoffs, then I'm okay. I'm going to be okay with that.
Sabres 15-3-1, Cats 10-11. Again, your final score from the Eagan Civic Arena: the Shakopee Sabres 4. Your Eagan Wildcats 1. He's Nathan Cron. I'm Mike Cook. Thank you for being with us, everyone. And we'll see you next time for Wildcat Hockey on ETV.